Hi, friends. Good evening. And this is Marcus from S Metaphysics. Nice to have you around again. And today, we're going to have some fun on this topic Tong Shu. All right. So it's good to have you back. And let's see who do we have down here while waiting for some of our friends to join in. All right. So let's see who do we have. And today is Saturday. So for the last many topics, I think you have learned something. Basically, share everything from nobleman to basic 八字 101, how to apply 八字 without knowing 八字, the W factor known as the well factor, how to look for your C factor, your H factor, and also your love. And then from there, we also covers everything on the 101 on feng shui. Correct? So hope that you have gained a lot from all those. At least you know, and avoid any mistakes that you have while application or through the understanding of it. You are better off knowing how to apply the formulas. Okay, who do we have? Hey, hi, Serene. Nice to see you around. Yeah. So Serene has, I think, when's the last time we met? I think it's all the way before the COVID, right? Yes. And who do we have? Hey, hi, Jeremy. So today's topic on Tong Shu. Okay, I've said this topic before. I think somewhere during when March. March. Okay, so I'm going to share today a little bit more in a different way about Tong Shu. Okay, so that you won't be hearing everything of the same thing. Okay, and in case you're first timer here, you got nothing to lose. Hey, hi, Aggie. Hello. Okay, so if you ask me how I started learning metaphysics, it's all because in the past, I'm just like one of y'all who ask a lot of questions and then apparently trying your own application and then majority works. No, majority don't work actually. Then in there I was wondering, how come it's like that? And well, some work, some don't work. So I asked more deeper questions. Then apparently I just let's do it this way. I learned everything from scratch again. So I control alternate delete. Or else every Chinese New Year you see me buying stuff and put, and every Chinese New Year I'm like a monkey in the house jumping around. That was many years ago. Yeah. So apparently I learned through the hard way, and then I actually I learned my first learning was actually the fundamentals of 八字 and 紫微斗数. Okay, 紫微斗数 is very amazing. Okay, and that's how I year after year through applications that I make it simplified, and then from there I get to realize a lot of things. Then for the last few years, I actually focus more on the internal feng shui, internal 八字 way of application, and that gives me a different level of realization. So because external and internal are all very related. Okay, so it's quite fun. Okay, the journey is really fun. Okay, it makes me a better person. I hope so, lah. Huh? I'm looking at my wife for that. Okay, who do we have? Hey, hi, Augustine and Katan. Come, who else? You are here? Come and say a hi so that I know you are here. I want to make this a session a very interactive session so that it's more fun. And then because I can't see you on the face, just like because in the past the workshop, I can see your expression. I can adjust what I'm talking along the way, but as of now, I can't see you at all. So I'm basically based on your responses. So if you are there, just say a hi so that I know you are there. And then, that'll be good, okay? And then sometimes I throw some questions. I might need your response so as to make it interactive. As the saying goes, the chi must flow. All right. Today, I'm going to talk about this Tong Shu was quite a while ago. Okay, it's thick. It's quite thick. Macam like American novel like that. Okay, but I'll show you that actually most of the stuff inside are not very useful. Okay, you realize when I go further in. All right. Oh, who do you have? Victor, and Jenny. Okay, so we shall start. All right. Okay. Good evening to all my friends here. This is Marcus from S Metaphysics, and great to have you around because this session is all about you. So ask questions along the way so that as far as I can, I'll try to answer them. General questions will be better, easier. All right. So we shall start. All right. If you're ready, just start with one. If you're ready, just start with one. Okay. So I can also see how far lagging are we from the time I spoke to the time you respond. You see, so that's also one of the way I'm testing and see how whether my internet is screwing up or not. Okay, if you're ready, just type a one, satu, get E, so that I know that you are ready, and we shall go. Hey, hi, Sunil and Jack. Nice to have you around. Okay, just if you're ready, just type a one, and we shall start. All right. Let me open up my screen. Dun, dun. Okay, good. All seems to be ready. Okay, anybody first timer here? First timer? I hope not. If you're first timer, just type a me if you're first time coming to here. If you're not first timer, it's okay. Then you don't type anything, okay? If you're first timer, type a me, M-E, then I know that you're first time here and I might go a bit slower. Majority, I don't think it's first time that I'm meeting you. Okay. Okay. So and let's see, where's my okay. Oh yeah, before I start, I'm still going on with this mobile consult. Okay, if you have not done so and you wish to know what your current number what you are saying about you and how it's able to help you, or whether it's helping you in your objectives, maybe it's career, probably it's wealth. Some people are looking for relationships. Okay, some people wants more wealth opportunities. So if you want to know more what the numbers are saying and whether they're supportive of you, do make an appointment. Okay, just scan this QR code. All right, just scan this QR code, and then what you need to do is scan the QR code, go to there and book your appointment based on the available slots. Okay, and then from there you WhatsApp to us at not this number anymore. We number have changed to 849884. You see, we are doing what we practice. Okay, we are also changing mobile number because after a certain phase where you have reached there, it's just like after PSLE, you go to what O level, you don't bother about PSLE anymore. The fundamentals are already there. You move on to O level. Same thing. Mobile number depending on individuals. Some people want to hold them for long. Some people after changing, they reach a certain plateau after a few years and they want to change. It's okay. Okay. All right. So if you're interested, book an appointment. Okay, because and if you're interested further to look for us to engage us on looking at a number and to find a number that has good vibes that work for you, my tu liao. All right. So I believe you have seen this video. Okay, I'll just play it once again. All right.
Hi everyone, this is Ali here. I'm here with my dear friend here, Shiraj. He's at 29 years old, but yet he's already a CEO of his own company. And so far, he has already helped a company that he's worked with to generate 7 figures, okay, within a short period of time. So let him introduce himself.
Hi guys, my name is Suresh. Sally has been a very good friend of mine for some time back, for almost like 3 years. And when I started off with actually a student care executive in the company that I was working together with Sally. Right, but until 2 years ago, I felt my career was stagnant. Right, I felt like my career wasn't moving, and that's where I actually approached Sally and her husband Marcus, right, to actually help me and advise me what I should be doing to actually have progression in my career. And that's where they advised me actually to change my phone number based on numerology and what works best for me. And I needed their advice, and I needed. And as soon as I changed my number, let me tell you guys, just in a short period of just a couple of months, I already start experiencing the benefits, right? And like after 2-3 months, since last year, every single month, right, I'm progressing in my career, and eventually, just last month, right, end of July. Right, I actually left my company I was working for and I started a new venture in August. That's how powerful this entire thing is for me, and I benefited a lot. If you guys are looking for from progression in your career, relationships, or even your finance or whatever, health, whatever it is, please go and find them and seek their advice. These guys are very good, and I definitely can tell you you'll benefit a lot. Right.
Suresh was actually a support officer. And then the time he was asking for a breakthrough, he wants to set up his company. So I think that was like 2017 now. Is it the time? 18. 18 ah? Yeah. 18 ah? I can't remember the time. Then after that, he changed his number, but he's a very proactive person. And he believes he got a passion. So he took action to do whatever he liked. So I actually chose a mobile number that works for him and matches his birth chart, and also and that has strong vibes according to where he wants to move ahead to. So I'm happy for him now. He managed to make a couple of millions for his company in the last few months during COVID. This video was taken like last 1-2 weeks, and then he has now come out his own and started his own company. So I'm very happy for him. So to all my friends out there, mobile number only works when you know what you want and when you are doing what you need to do to achieve effectively. Okay, and then from there, let the number do their part. You do your part in achieving your goals, and then from there, it will bring you up to a whole new level. All right, that's how it works. Okay, so now let's start with. Okay, I believe both of you are familiar with me, so I shall briefly go through this. Okay, in metaphysics, we are providing these services on feng shui, how to tap onto your surrounding to make sure that you're riding on good vibrations for your whole family, literally. And partial reading is really to look at the whole birth chart and see where are the strengths and weaknesses and what are the opportunities lying ahead. Okay, and it's very important, especially when you know that you're starting a business, you don't want to start in a lousy freaking year. Okay, and you need to know where are the areas of sweet spot where you should be tapping. So Tong Shu is also a reading where there are 12 palaces. Okay, they are the parents' palace, they are the sibling palace, the spouse palace, the wealth palace, the career palace, the travel palace, the property palace. All these 12 palaces. So many of them. They're going to have different layers. I'm going to say which are the areas where you should be doing that gives you the best vibe, so that you match those that should be doing versus your belief system versus your own track records, and how to find a matching playfield for yourself. All right. Auspicious number is what you saw just now that we are doing. And today's topic is mainly on a portion of the auspicious calendar. Okay. Some people want simple things out. Don't give me all the complicated stuff. We have this 12-month luck trend of up and down, so that you know when it's up and when it's down, that you should be a more gung-ho, or actually lay back one step and lie more passive. Okay. And then from there, do what you need. Okay. Date selection is one of the things where, maybe you cover a bit of here also. Okay. And aspirations are very important, where how to make wish fulfilling aspirations on which particular day and how to do it. Auspicious sector is more talking about in the house or office, where are the hotspot or Wi-Fi spots or auspicious vibration sectors, where you should be tapping for that period so as to make the best out of it. Okay. And forecasting is all about divination. Okay, when you have a question in mind, or want to look for something, or you have this situation, how you should position to get what you want, then divination or forecasting is a very good way to approach a question. And this is about property searching. Okay, where recently I did a property search, and then from there, things happen. Remind me if I forgot about it. Okay, something happened which relates to date selection. Just remind me along the way. All right. So this is what we are doing for friends. Okay, so today we're going to cover about date selection. Okay, and before that, I need to let you all know that everything around us in this world is about energy. When I say energy, it's as good as saying vibrations. Okay, vibrations. Or olden days, they simply put it as this word called chi. Okay, so this chi or vibrations, okay, or call it energy, it's all the same thing. It's about how it interacts, and from there how to tap onto those which are favorable or workable for our objectives. This is all, the whole metaphysics is all about that. Okay, and how to make our life harmonious. Okay, so if you know how to tap, then life will be very good, and it will be full of opportunities and in abundance for you. Okay, so today in this topic about date selection, I'm going to talk about this book which has been there. This book, how many pages are there? I guess probably a couple of hundreds. All right, and it looks thick. Do you find thick or not? If you find thick, just tell me yes. If you do not find thick, you just say no. Okay, so I know whether are you one of those who are in favor of reading this whole thingy or not. Okay, do you find thick? If you find thick, just start with yes. If you do not find this one thick, okay, you just start with no. Okay, so that I know who are in favor of reading a Tong Shu. Okay, there are many things inside. Okay, there are many stuff that's written inside. Okay, and who has literally read a Tong Shu before? if you have read a Tong Shu before, please type a me, M-E, me, so that I know you're one of those really, how should I put it? Break the pot and ask till the end. 打破砂锅问到底. Okay, so who have literally read the Tong Shu before? Okay, really, not only just use really the page by page, let's go see what is it about inside. Who has? Just type an ME. Okay, so far KS say it's thick. Raymond and Raymond say no. Serene say yes. Sunil say yes. Katan, only the last pages are useful for this selection. Oi, bingo. And then Aggie, yes. Katan, me. Okay, so Katan have read this. The rest, have anybody have read this before other than Katan? Okay, so for the benefit of everybody down here, I roughly will tell you what is inside here. Okay, what is inside here? Okay, Tong Shu is generally an ancient annual almanac where it writes about several styles, and then from there they just tell you of what to look out for, literally for the year. Okay, so there are many things that's written in the Tong Shu. Okay, I will just roughly let you brief you through what is inside. Okay, so so that you don't have to go through the hell of going through yourself. Okay, first thing in Tong Shu, okay, it covers the 24 mountains. Okay, it talks a bit about the 24 mountains, which is the key fundamentals in feng shui. That means literally it divides the 360 degrees into 24 divisions, and in these 24 divisions, it says things about every sector, what is it about, and what is it good for, and kind of stuff. Okay, so if you know feng shui, you would have come across this term 24 mountains, and it has a handful of this. Okay, it looks this covers the 24 mountains, and it talks about all the every single mountain. Okay, like for example, the Gengshan, the Yang matter is from 255 to 270 degrees, and then this Gengshan is about what, blah blah blah. Okay, so conclusion, not important. Okay. And then he also covers about different in the ancient society, how people are doing prayers, how it should be prayed, okay, to the kitchen god, to the how to return a favor upon the year when you pray to the Grand Duke, how to pray to the god of wealth, how to all this, how to pray, okay, different way of praying. That's all. Okay, you just give you a guidance so that you know, and whether it's according to what I can't say for sure, but for me, I will take that part on the ways for a prayer as reference. Okay, because this is what is being said down here is based on a certain way where well, it may not be based on back to the origins of that particular religion. Okay, this is my take for it. Okay, because I'm a religious person, and then I know for certain religion how it should be prayed, and I've read it. It is not so much according to that. Okay, so I shan't go down into details on that. Just read for your own pleasure. Yes. All right. Okay. So it also shows a certain section on talisman. Okay, you know those talisman where they all those yellowish paper where they put and write and. Okay, all this talisman. I am not trained on topics about talisman, so I shan't comment. So so there are some talisman that says what is it for, kind of stuff. It also there are stuff inside that say about 28 star constellation, 28 星座. It means is 28 stars. That are mainly in olden days, they use it for date selection on certain contexts. And these 28 stars, technically, when they divide over different, each of these 28 stars have different amount of degree. It's not like the 24 mountains where each have the same degree division. 28 stars, they have different degrees for each, but end up still 360 degrees. And then they elaborate about which are the stars that are good and bad, good for what, bad for what. Okay, you see, I'm covering all this so that you know, and you have skipped, and you basically skip through knowing this. And there's a section on dream interpretation. Not bad. That means if you dream about durian, maybe I can find. I can't find a durian. Sorry. With different dreams, what it represents and what it could mean in a very simplistic sense. Okay, dream explanation in a very simplistic manner. So we call it in Chinese 解梦. Okay, and personally, I find the dream interpretation also very not in depth, not in depth. It's not like those really thick book where every single damn thing, you dream of the toe, dream of the finger, dream of the nose, all they mean different things. So for this case, it's quite superficial. All right, just take it as a bedtime reading. Okay, this part is classically useful God. This part is quite useful. Okay, it shows certain days where are the god of happiness, where the god of wealth, where the god of all the good gods are. Okay, where they are useful gods. Okay, so that you can use it as a direction. So these are fundamentally seen in a lot of the date selection apps or calendars that you might have. You know, those that you put it in the wall, hang on the wall, and every day you tear a page. It's based on this. Okay, it's based on this. Okay, so you have all this down here, which are you might is interesting for you to know. This is probably the part which I find quite useful. Okay, so and then there are also these 3 words discourses. In Chinese they call it 三字经. I think because in ancient Chinese, they always interpret certain kind of discipline, certain kind of mindset, which they believe at the time they are good. So they always keep wanting to have this continued. So there are these 3 words discourses down inside. All right. Oh, a lot of macam thingy. All right. So I personally don't go in depth onto this 三字经. Okay. So just let you know that it is inside the Tong Shu. And also there's a part on facial reading. All right, facial reading. So that means it will tell you that based on the face features, which part are good during when, which part are not good during when. Okay, and it says about which area. Okay, all the Ming Tang, all the 12宫, all the five palaces, all this. Okay, so if you study facial reading, it's quite fun. Okay, because straight away you look at the person, you roughly have an idea without knowing the birth chart how to engage with that person. And then from there, where are the strengths and weaknesses of that person? Roughly through facial, you can read if you are trained. Okay, so it covers facial reading, and also it covers what? The palm reading. Okay, the palm reading. So facial reading, palm reading at different spot, it represents what at what age. And then from there, so that when a person has any blemish, scarring, or any features that are more prominent at that area, it usually represents issues of that aspect in relation to that particular area, be it on the palm or on the face. Okay, that's how it works. Okay, it's on a simplistic manner. Okay, ooh, and then from there we have this part is where I like. Okay, which is the Dong Gong. Okay, Dong Gong. Dong Gong. Okay. Dong Gong is actually okay. Let's put it the valley term. There was a uncle called Dong, so we call him Uncle Dong or Dong Gong. Okay, so that time he was carrying a lot of he was observing different months on different days. How comes different days? He collected a lot of statistics and data and compiled it, and then from there he managed to say about these days or with this branch, it will be good for certain XXX and not good for certain events of YYY nature kind of stuff. Okay, so he managed to have that compiled, and this Dong Gong is the one that I usually use a lot during my classical date selection. Okay, I do take reference on Dong Gong, so to me it's important. So if you're interested, you can read. Okay, and yeah, if you are poor in Chinese, then you can just skip the whole thing. All right. Okay. Yeah, Dong Gong is quite a handful of pages. Okay, Dong Gong is okay. And then from there, and at end of the day, as per what Cartan has said, then we have the date selection, where it is all about this part of the whole thing, where it says that day, what is it good for and what is it not good for. So this is the part where every year it will change. Okay, this is a part where every year it will usually be different, which is at the last part of the whole, this one. Okay, so you're buying the whole book, but literally I think like 90%, 93% are all repetitive, probably, and this is the part where you're buying for, the 7% of the whole thickness. Okay, so now you roughly have an idea that, well, this is the whole thing about, in summary, about Tong Shu. So you can read this because they're all pretty much repetitive inside the whole book. Okay, these are all pretty much repetitive. The only part that's different is this part every year. Okay, so this is the most useful part where it looks like this. Okay, so I'm going to go through this so as to let you all know roughly what it is about. Okay, so that I demystify for you all on the Tong Shu. It is not very difficult as long as 2 ways out. You understand Chinese, then easier. If you don't understand Chinese, I give you an easier way later. Okay, only 2 options. Okay, because some people are from the Western countries, they have no chance. Or some people might be score C6 or C5 like me. When you're doing O-level board, then it'll be very tough. But then I polished my Chinese during my poly days, thanks to all my seniors, where they guide me. I literally read Chinese books, no, and a book that's 80 pages, no, it took me 2 months. But every page, like, I don't know what word, I'm going to find dictionary. I don't know what word, I'm going to find dictionary. So every page lasts me like 8 minutes. For that Chinese book, I remember that very clearly. But apparently, after a few rounds, my Chinese got polished and I got way better. Okay, so 2 way out for you. Get a Chinese, you're good in Chinese, probably you can try yourself after today's explanation. Second way, I'll give you a simplified method later. Okay, so who did? Hey, hi, Chunfa. Chunfa is my senior in my poly days. Okay, okay, my senior. He's a very nice guy. Okay, and who do we have? Ivan. Okay, come. Okay, for this Tong Shu, your ask is that English version. As far as I'm looking in the market, unless somebody compile it, especially English version, no. Yeah, but people have taken a bit of here and there and they make it to their own PDF or booklet, yes. But as a whole almanac, in the English PDF, I have not seen it yet. Okay, but the key thing is really for date selection is to know how to choose a date that favors whatever objective you have. Okay, that's the key thing. So it is all about Pareto. You don't need the whole book. You need the part that you need. Correct? Okay, so I've not seen an English version to answer the long story short. Okay, yeah, but Chunfa has been my senior. He's a very helpful guy. Okay, so I've learned a lot from him. Hey, hi, nice to be meeting you here, Chunfa. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, so I need to let you all know that in a Chinese way of expressing a date, okay, in the Tong Shu manner, is done in this way, okay, where there's this thing called the stem and there's this thing called the branch, okay, in Chinese, gan zhi, it's just a tree. There's a main stem. After the main stem, there's all many different branches coming out from the side. So stem first, then branch. Similarly, they use the same concept of expressing a day, a date, in a Chinese manner. They call it the solar calendar. Okay, so this is known as the stem. Okay, where literally 甲乙丙丁戊己庚辛壬癸, or down here like the yang wood, yang fire, yang earth, yang metal, yang water. Okay, 甲乙丙丁戊己庚辛壬癸. Okay, so down here. Okay, and then the branch is typically referring to the 12 animals that we are very familiar in a Chinese society. Okay, the rat, the ox, the tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, horse, sheep, monkey, rooster, dog, pig. Okay, in Chinese olden days, they use very in a different way of expression. Okay, 子丑寅卯辰巳午未申酉戌亥. Okay, if you're the Angmo牌, 子丑寅卯辰巳午未申酉戌亥. Okay. Okay, so this is how you express in the solar calendar. So in Tong Shu, usually they express it in this manner. So it's going to get more and more of this. And so if you are lost at this stage, then probably you stick to a simplified version later. Okay, so far with me. Okay, so and with that, so once you're familiar, there are 10 stems. There are only 10 stems. Okay, 10 stems, and there are 12 branches. No more, no less. 10 different type of stems. 12 different types of branches. Okay, so with this, then I need to bring to the next level. So in that date selection part, the 7%, which is the most important when you buy the whole book, okay, is this part, okay, where these are the pages. So when you see what's on top, it's actually the English date. Okay, you have to know. I need to tell you now. What you see on top are the English dates. Okay, like here. Okay, what you see on top here, here. Okay, they are the English dates. Okay, and the Western calendar date lah. Okay, and with that, then what you're seeing down here in the middle part is actually the we call it the day pillar. Okay, so in a bar chart, right, this is represents the year, this represents the month, this represents the day in the solar calendar representation, and this one, the day, is actually down here. Okay, so that's why you hear people saying the 60甲子 because of the 10 stems and the 12 branches they combine. There are 60 days that goes in cycle every now and then. 60. That's why it call it the 60甲子. Okay, 60甲子. Because it starts with 甲子and then after that 乙丑 and then from there it goes around and around. 60 days every cycle, every cycle, every cycle. So this part of the page represents the day pillar, okay, of the solar calendar for the date. So on top is the English version. The one that you see is down here, which is highlighted, is the solar calendar version. Okay, don't get mixed up. Okay, that's why you see all this written as 丙戌、丁亥、戊子、己丑. Okay, so this is how it goes. So far, anybody lost? Nobody lost, huh? Okay. So with that, then in every date selection, you need to be very familiar with one of the most basic stuff that's called the 12. In English, is normally in some text they call it the 12 days officer. Okay, the 12 days officer, and then but in Chinese the official word is 12建除. Okay, 12建除. Why 建除? Because there are 12 of them. And it starts with 建 then 除. No brainer. So and with this 建除, the 12-day officer, each of these 12 days they are going in certain form of cyclic based on the month and the day branch. Okay, the month and the day branch. Generally, I will pay a bit more attention to these 12-day officers, especially when it pertains to external opportunity. For internal wise, I'll probably use another method which I find more flexible. So if you're dealing with maybe like if you're dealing with let's say marriage, you're dealing with starting a new job, which involve a lot of other people like your colleagues. Also, probably if you are involving in activities that litigations, all these, then I will take reference to the 12-day officer. If you're doing putting self-own things like removal of bad habits, removal of your fats on diet, or removal of some stuff, then can use, can don't use. All right. So and oh yeah, somebody asked. Okay, I saw this. Who compiled? You see, let it be very let it flow like that. So they can ask any questions that you like. Okay, and then from there along the way, I will answer as much as I can for you. Also, that's to demystify and clear your doubts. All right. So who compiled this Chinese version? Okay, it's just like these are ancient texts where it has been done for many years. So different publisher might do it slightly differently. Okay, but generally the contents are quite Chinese, quite 八九不离十. This is generally is among those contents which are covered. For this version that I have, it was printed in don't know 叉叉叉公司 Guangdong, okay, Guangdong Shen, okay, and it's from Guangdong, China, okay. So you have different publishers and might have different variations, okay, and then and not a lot of people are doing this. It's everything online. So my one is from China, publisher, and well, you might find some that's from maybe Taiwan or Hong Kong. Well, all right, okay. So this question from Katan, this type of TongShu does not show the month stem and branch, right? The one I use is from Guanjingtang. Okay, for my one, it shows the stem and the branch. And it does, okay, mine it does, okay. Month stem and branch. Okay, for the month stem and branch, normally it is more yes, it does not show, but then because of the amor date on top, right, it will highlight out. I can't see very clearly. I think don't have. Yeah, don't have. It doesn't shows the month, stem, and branch, but it can be worked backwards. Yeah. Okay. So Katan, you are a lao jiao already, yeah? Okay. All right. So let's come back. 12 days officer. So in this 12 days officer, these 12 days are going in cyclic in a certain manner. Okay, but have you heard of this 12-day officer now? If or do you know exactly what does this 12-day officers what are the should do and should not do? Do you have any ideas? If roughly you know, say yes. If you don't know, you type an NO. If you are half, just type a half lah. Okay, so that I know roughly whether most of you are familiar or not familiar. Then whether I don't need to go so much in depth, you don't need to be so core. If you're familiar, type a yes. Not familiar, type a no. Half, just type a half. HALF, half. So that I know whether you are already an old bird in this, okay? Ini, is it? You type half. Aggie, no. Katan, yes. Joanne, no. Any more? Bunkok, half. Okay, you better get a pen and paper. You better get a pen and paper because that's how we learn. As we write, we got better impression. Okay, so majority seems like half or no. All right, okay. So let us go through individually or stable. Okay, individually. Sui, okay, good. So with this 12-day officer, Raymond said no, Kia said no, Jack said no. Oh, sure. Okay. Jian, let's go one by one. As it means establish, it means the start of something, okay, building up for as a platform. So for Jian, it's very good for events like what if engagement, be it sales engagements, be it marital engagements, be it meeting with somebody. You have to try to establish something, and then from there build things up. So it's good for this kind of engagement, interaction, okay? And in olden days, okay, new jobs, business opportunities, they like to select this established day called Jian, okay? They like it. And typically, they don't want to establish things like burial and or funeral back in those days. But now, in this modern day, when somebody, when there's a wake, well, people don't normally refer to this for funeral because like, no choice, right? Either 1 day, 3 day, or 5 day. Yeah. So normally just go for the concept, okay? But this is how olden days they believe in engagements, new jobs, new business opportunities, trying to establish relationship. Then Jade is a very good day to use. Okay. So and then from there, if you are also new project also a start of your own new project. If you're working, let's say in a project that going to last 5 months, then Jian Day will be a good day because it involves a lot of external people. Okay. So and then from there, when you do it, always have good vibes and always try to you help, right? As you do, you help others. Then from there, you get even better abundance of better vibes. Okay. So Jian Day is a very good day to start the ball rolling. Okay. So, and then from there, 2 days. 2 days is a remove. We got English called remove, okay? So people who are looking for what? Losing weight, cleansing activities, maybe something spiritual, or maybe some negative habits or thoughts that they want to clear. They want to remove from their life. That is a good day. Some people also find it is a good day to decommit a meaningful belief system. Okay, anything that is in your mind that's not working for you, think too much, always depression, all this. Then good. Then this remove day is a good day to lessen of those negativities, so that you got more space for positive stuff to be filled in. Okay, and people, some of them they choose remove day to end relationship. I've seen that before. Okay, so this is how some people are doing it. Okay, so remove For those who are very health conscious, waste conscious, then you remove your fats. No problem. Okay, it's also a good day to declutter your house. Okay, as I said in the past, right? Feng Shui is not really about keep putting stuff. It's really about a clearance and the flow. Just like our body, the qi can flow, and once the qi flow and it's not stagnant, it's not stuck, then the whole body will get more healthier. Same for the air around us. It means if you close all the windows, the air doesn't circulate, then it's going to get stale, get very yin, get very cold and unhygienic air. And then from that, it's not good. So decluttering is the same effect of able to create space so that good chi can recycle the bad chi away. Just like ask our whole body, it was the same. Okay. So normally remove day, they don't go for marriage, they don't go for official opening, they don't go for new job. Okay. You go for marriage, you remove day in a marriage, and people believe that you're removing the marriage will not last long. Official opening, same thing, is a taboo to have official openings on a remove day. Okay. And then new jobs basically means you won't last the job for long. Okay, people, that's why. And today's a remove day. Okay, are you aware? Is it? Are you aware? So let me tell you, if I am demystifying you of all the wrong concepts, who say I cannot have a session with you? Correct? Okay, so isn't that demystifying, removing all the wrong thoughts and you put in all the more useful files inside your brain? That is also a remove. Properly used. Okay. Ta-da! Yep. Removing doubts. Okay. Abundance. Abundance in Chinese is quite 满日. It's very good because that means what, the vibrations are actually amplifying, multiplying. So it's very good days for official openings to garner sales, to garner positive attention, happiness. Also a good day for gathering because a lot of people around, so a lot of exchanges in a good way, of course. And then old people like these olden days, and also good, especially good for sales engagement, because it actually implies a lot of sales coming in as revenues for your business, your company. Okay, so that's why things that pertains to you want a lot of more of that. People like to use the abundance day, 满日. Okay, a lot.越多越好啊. Okay. And on the other hand, they don't use 满日 abundance day for marriage. You only wish to have one good marriage, and that works for a long while, right? You don't want again and again and again and again. Imagine every wedding dinner costs a lot, a bomb. So unless your pocket are very full and you've got nothing much better to do. Okay, so they don't like to use marriage abundance or marriage. Okay, so and also for litigations, it means lawsuits, summons. We don't want to have an abundance of those stuff. Okay, because you'll be involved in a lot of entanglements, a lot of arguments, a lot of conflicts, and a lot of litigations, which are very tiring. Okay, a trial is always very tiring, and they don't want an abundance of trials. Correct? Okay, so and also the start of a new relationship, you don't use abundance. Okay, because it just means a lot of start of new relationship. Not free. So they usually do not choose abundance day for the start of a new relationship. Okay, so that is the reason. Okay, so bear in mind, the abundance are mainly like for revenue, for sales, for engagement, for happy events, for a lot of people gathering, for happiness, but not for relationship, not for marriage, not for litigations, not for a start of a new personal romance journey. No. Okay. But if you with many people like doing social events, social media, go and use your abundance day. Okay. So I'm not going to say everyone for you. I will say rephrase. I will say, but you have to write down. Okay, because the next few ones I'm going to stay out only. Okay, so that you do your part, so that you remember it more clearly. So don't be lazy and just listen. After that, you'll forget the next hour. Okay. So now balance day. Balance day is a day where it is able to maintain status quo. So status quo are only good when you are at the lower end, and people is at the upper hand. You want to maintain status quo, and then to you is good. But if you're at the upper hand and you want to pull yourself down to maintain status quo, And that's not good. So a balance is a day where you're at a losing end and the other party are more favorable and you wish to get into a win-win situation. Very good. Okay. So if you are, that means to say, let's say in the trial, and the first day of the trial happens to be a balanced day and you're at the unfavorable end, then this balance day is a good one. But on the other hand, if you are at the upper hand, you hit the balance day. In olden day, they believe that you are compromising the good vibes again. So it's good for a win-win situation. Win-win situation when you're doing engagement with people. Okay, win-win. So people it's also a good day for for marriage, for travel. It's definitely not a good day for lawsuits if you are at the upper hand. Okay, this how for balance day. Okay, and what did Aggie write? Chili day for chill day for balance. Or chill day for balance. Sorry, my glasses. I need to change my glasses. I thought I saw chilly day for balance day. Okay, chill day. Okay. Okay. So yeah, that's so much for balance day. Okay, write down. Okay. And then for what about the next one? Stable. Stable, they think as when the name says it wants stability. And for the and stability is only good for one purpose. You are trying to go for a more longer term lasting effect. That means longer term lah. If you want to, if you are, let's put it the other way. If you are a trader and you speculate, of course you don't want stability, you want instability because the dynamics will give you opportunities. But this one, on the other hand, is stable. So of course, it's for a longer term, more gradual path where you are going for more stuff which have a longer lasting effects. So typically, stable day you can use for marriage. All right, you can use for marriage. Okay, and then from there, if there's anything that you need for a steady progress, you can use for stable. Or yeah, okay, basically for that. So if you are doing anything that doesn't welcome stability, you want more ups and downs, you want more colors, more dynamism on a certain context, don't use stable day. Okay, so this is more for mid to long term. All right. So and then from that, initiate 执着的执 okay, initiate days are good where you're trying to commence something, you're trying to start something. Okay, you're trying to start something so that you initiate an intention. Okay, so for example, start of a new job, start of maybe you initiate a meetup, you initiate a collaboration, anything that you try to initiate as a start. Okay, the first spark. Okay, or that day, first day in your job, you want to have a first impression last. You want to initiate a good impression so that the first impression lasts. And then, okay lah, then you dress nicely lah. Okay, go and comb your eyebrow. All right. So that is how it is for initiate. Okay, it is good for that. Typically, not so good for travel and moving, because in olden days, they believe that if you when they travel outdoor, and it's going to be really it's a danger matter because the parents never know whether their children is going to come back, and when they travel it's going to be like easily 1-2 years. So and from there, in olden days they don't like to have an initiate day for travel because that means to say it's going to be a long journey. Okay, a new start. So we do not want that. So and that's the key thing. All right. The key thing about initiate is really a new start. But in olden days, they don't welcome it for movement. They don't welcome it for travels. Okay, so that's how it goes. Oh, somebody asked. How to pronounce your name? Nancy. Oh, Nancy. Okay. What is the difference between establish and initiate this? Establish. Let's go back. You see establish down here. What do I write? Tang, 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 tang. Establish. You are actually into many people engagement, new jobs. You are trying to build foundations. Okay, build foundations so as to be better off down the road. Okay, the build foundations is really to let you have a better, more solid 2 feet on the ground in wherever that you're trying to attempt. That's for establish. Okay, be it a relationship, be it an engagement, be it opportunities. Okay, if you need to do sales, it's normally not a one-time meetup; it's several meeting ups. Okay, then as for initiate, it's usually more of a start of something. It may not have to be something that you're trying to lay down as foundation, but it's a new beginning. Maybe the first entry point onto something. Okay, so you may not have an intention. Maybe it's really initiate a call to somebody, or maybe you. So the difference is that whether you're trying to lay down foundations or not. If you put it in a very simple term, okay. So okay, come, let's move on. Okay, disrupt 破热. So a lot of people have this taboo on 破热 or disrupt day. So yes, really disrupt day. They are good and bad. So normally people do not like to have a disrupt day for wedding, for important matters like signing contract, business opening. It's meant to disrupt, so you don't want unless you are there for M&A lah. You go in and you buy over and meant to disrupt them. That is a different story. Or else, traditionally, conventionally, important matters like signing contract, business opening, they don't use disrupt day unless it's a hostile takeover. That is okay. Okay, you see, you need to use it in a very lively manner, or else it's going to be too stigma onto certain rules, then you miss the key point. So disrupt day is good for what then? It's good for the removal of unnecessary things, just like the remove, okay? Demolition, or when you're seeking breakthrough, those people who have a more gung-ho attitude and a more stronger heart, they can take that they can take stress and dynamism and changes, major changes. Then they want to have a breakthrough, they want to have a hostile things of getting things done, then disruptor can be used. Okay, so it's good for removal, demolition, breakthrough, and also clearance. So it's a bit of like the remove day. Okay, so that's how it is. Okay, so disrupt day, but there's one day that people even dislike more compared to a disrupt day. Okay, it is what the danger day. Okay, danger day. 微热. In the 12-day officers, there's this one day called the danger day, where people normally will want to do what on this danger day? A few things. Religious worship. Religious worship. Hopefully to pray off with that spiritual confidence or protection or blessings. They are and they have to do something on that danger day. They are more or less well insulated, blessed, protected. Okay, so it's good for religious worship. Some of them use this day to reorganize some positioning. Okay, to reorganize some positioning. So if you ask me, I do have, this is based on older text. Okay, I do have some reservation on that point. Okay, reorganizing position, like let's say the table, the bed, kind of stuff. Okay, but deconstructing things you can do it on a danger day. Okay, if you know what you're doing, don't hurt yourself. Okay, normally on disruptive day, what are not advisable are like medical issues, health issues, and usually most other issues. Okay, so if you are going for a surgery, if it's a danger day, in olden days they don't like it. Danger very clear cut, right? Okay. However, in modern context, I've seen a handful of several cases where they people who have a stronger heart, especially those with a lot of seven killing especially those with a lot of seven killing or a lot of the hurting officer. Normally, these two group of people, they like to make or break stuff and do it during the danger days. Okay, and their success rate are not low, because it's a day where, in Chinese saying, 危机就是商机, in times of danger, there will be opportunities. So they are the more gung-ho group of people where through those dangerous attempts and opportunities, they make, break, and when they make, they gain a lot more. But those are not for the weak hearts, okay? So those are not for the weak hearts, okay? Those are more for the who are better prepared, have experience, and they can take pressure, okay? So not for all people, okay? If you are not one of them, please don't join in this group, okay? Or else you're gonna have a very stressful day. Your the line on top here you can breach over. That means you are not. No point land up yourself in that mode, okay? Danger, and after danger, the one day among the 12 that people usually like will be the success day. All right, success day. Success day is really good for everything, literally everything. Okay, for marriage, for opening, for meeting people, for to start anything. And it's a good day to celebrate. Okay, the only one thing that usually people does not like on the success day, because everybody happily celebrating. Then out of nowhere, you go to the guardhouse there, the yamen, and then gong 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 to want to complain something. So they don't like lawsuit on success day. They don't like lawsuit. Okay, this is the only one thing they don't like. Other than that, success day is pretty good. Okay. So now you get to realize that there are several days feng shui. I can use success day. Okay. Normally I will use success day for feng shui activation also. Okay, for better vibes. Okay. And olden days they don't have calculator. They roughly have a calendar and they roughly can see which are the days good for what. So a lot of these are based on ancient, where there are no mobile apps, no computer. It's all written on like probably bamboo sticks. After that, they become paper. So these are a series of many different days among the 12. And one of those days is the harvest day. Harvest is very important in the olden day context. Very, very, very important, because it's a day where after a season of hard plowing and and trying to plant their crops, it's a day where they harvest, where they see the results, and where they get money, and where they also be able to have enough food for the coming winter. So harvest is usually a good day. So it's a good day for what? Attainment of things, getting your results, appraisal, rewards, and also usually it's because people are happy, because with money you can do your own thing, really, ma. So when with money you can do your own things, you can buy your own stuff. That means it's really a commence of something which you wish to do, taking action. Okay, so it's good for that. Harvest is usually not good for medical treatments. Okay, you keep harvesting medical treatments, I mean you never get well. People don't like the kind of idea. So, and harvest, they don't like to do what? Visit the sick, attend funerals, wake. All this they don't like to do it on a harvest day, because it's going to mean doing it a lot more time. And how can you be happy during medical treatment? That means you're sick, or visiting the sick, or you are the sick, or you go for attend the funeral, you can't be laughing, right? So that's why they don't. Harvest is supposed to be a happy event, and they don't like all this. That's why I put it as a cons. Okay. So, and the last second day is open day. Open day is a good day to open your house, open your door for let's say official opening. Official opening, housewarming to welcome people. You open your door, you start work. You want to inform everybody that, oh, this is my spouse on, so marriage is good, and then also starting a new job, or the start day of school. People like to use open days. It's opening of opportunities, welcoming of good vibes. Okay, and however, they don't like to use open day on what? On like days for let's say groundbreaking. Groundbreaking, they do not like to use open day. And burial and funeral supposed to be closed, you open it. So they don't like burial and funeral on open days also. So better in my open days is really like opening, welcoming, let's feel the joy, and let everybody knows that this is the intent, this is the purpose. So open days are primarily meant for that. Okay, so and then we also have the close day. You open, you must close, okay. For close day, generally, in olden days context, they don't like to have anything important to do on the day. I mean, you still live your life, you still do whatever you want, but don't do anything important on a closed day, because it will end up closed. There is no result. So do anything that's not important and mundane will be good enough. Okay, so avoid all major activities on a closed day. Okay, whew. So I've roughly covered all the 12 days for you to roughly have an idea, because olden ancient China, again, they probably just need to, they keep track of this by certain the month and day branch, and then from there they choose what should be done and should not be done. So it goes in cycles. Okay, and but now in modern days there are more better and easier but complex way of doing it. But for you, take reference on that also. So far, 12 days all clear, right? If anybody is confused or somebody is very clear. Okay, let's see any questions down here. Close day used for surgery. Let's put it this way: if not you, if a person got an accident and today is a closed day, then you want to tell the doctor, no, 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 today is a closed day. Let me operate tomorrow, please, please. Today is a closed day. I think you are asking for more slap, right? If it needs medical attention and it's urgent, go for it, because there are better ways to handle. In olden days, don't have, okay. But again, if you can choose a surgery, uh, uh, closed day is not going to me. I wouldn't, first thing I would not look at whether it's a closed day or not. I need to look at other stuff which are more important to me. But you can take it with a pinch of salt for closed day. Again, I remember that day, there's one time during Chinese New Year. Okay, and then my mom is supposed to be scheduled for an operation. So when she asked the doctor during, I think during December, then the doctor said, "Oh, the nearest appointment for your surgery will be on in April or May, something like that, because it's all full." Then my mom, okay, lor. Then but towards January, then there's a call. Then the doctor said, the appointment person asked my mother, "Hey, there's this particular day which somebody canceled their appointment for surgery. So this surgery, the vacancy is there. So ask whether my mom want to take it out or not." Then my mom said, "Okay, better still." And it was during the Chinese New Year period. So apparently there was, how come somebody want to cancel their surgery during a hot long queue period? Then I look at the calendar. Hey, that day is really a lousy day. I was talking to my wife, maybe the person cancel because it's a lousy day. And then my mom took it. So that means my mom is going to be unlucky also. And the person is getting lucky to cancel, and my mom took it. But then I look at other things. Despite that day, I think I can't remember what day is it, but it's not a good day. But I look at other factors and then I do my own divination. Then I end up my conclusion is that they can still go for surgery. Okay. Then I do some of the activations in my mom's house. At the end of the day, she recovered very fast. Okay. So this is how we do remedy. If those things that we can't change, we move on, but we cushion with other aspect where it reinforces, so as to make sure that unwelcome events doesn't turn out. Okay. All right. Hope I answered your question, Ivan. Okay. So Katan, do removal and open days good for surgery? Oh, how can I keep asking surgery? You got so many surgery, man. Okay, removal days. Okay, removal days. Yes, you can use removal day for surgery to remove certain, let's say, tumor, cyst, everything. But again, removal day. Usually, it is, you need to have some other stars which are good to reinforce. Okay, you see, I cut away the thing that I don't want, doesn't mean I'm good. No, I still need to have a good recovery journey, and it means that thing doesn't relapse. So solely on a removal day is not good enough. You probably need to find a few other stars to reinforce, so as to make sure that removal days is remove and no relapse. Okay, this is the keyword. Okay, open days. Normally, I don't choose open days for surgery also. Okay, success is a good one. Okay, and please don't choose abundance for surgery. Okay. Okay, good. So roughly my idea. Okay, let's, to all friends down here, if you have no freaking clue of those 12 days, just remember this. Okay, this one are usually the good ones. Usually, if you hang sui sui, you hum tum and you still got it wrong, then I can't change. But usually these 5 days are good for more of the generic stuff. Okay, for work, for meeting, for sales engagement, to create stability, to have a more win-win. All these 5 days are generally good enough. Oh, My gosh, and it's really 1 hour. I've not even covered the initial part of it. Okay, so bear in mind that these 12-day officers, these 5 days are generally good for you to choose. Okay, generally by probability. Okay, so by probability means there's still a chance where you choose it and it doesn't suit. But at least now you roughly have an idea of what are 12 days officer for. In Chinese, again, I highlight is called 12剑除. Okay, 剑除. Why? Because these 2 words starts with 剑除. That's okay. Okay, all right. So enough of the 12 days. You'll find these 12 days officers at this part of the whole booklet. Okay, you see, Kai, Bi, Jian, Chu, Man, Ping, all this. You'll find it along that column. All right. So much for the 12 days officer. At least not bad. Okay, let's move on. Uncle Tong, okay, Tong Gong Gong. So this Tong Gong, to me, I use it a lot. Okay, because I have tried it and I do see there's a huge effect in terms of differences. Okay, so I will not be going in depth, but just to let you know, it's based on the month and day. Okay, on the day, branch, and stem. Okay, different day have different auspicious level. Different day have different auspicious level. Okay, and then from there, let's say, it's still a snake day. Okay, still a snake day, but fire snake day in a dragon month is good, but water snake day in a dragon month is not good. See, this is the level of one layer down, one layer up in terms of detail where the Tongkong is trying to say. And then there are more than a few hundred possibilities. Okay, there are more than a few hundred possibilities. Okay, so I can't go in depth in detail of this, but at least you know that there's this thing called Uncle Tong, where every month, even in every same month, let's say a dragon month or a horse month or a goat month, the same ox day in that month is ox same in that sense, but the stem is different. Because of that, you have a different level of impact, auspicious level, and also influence. Okay, some are invited, some are not invited, some are good for certain areas, some are totally not good. Okay, so it's written inside the this one. So if you're ever interested to read, we're welcome. There are a few hundred possibilities. Okay, next, in the Tong Shu, there's also this thing called the deities and clashes. Okay, the Shen Sha. Okay, some of the deities, unless if you're a person that are roughly familiar with deities, then you when you read the Tong Shu, will be very easy, because you'll be looking for certain stuff on certain good days that matches and is good. Okay, so you see, deities are favorable to use. Some different deities are good for different purposes. Okay, so let's say, for example, if you are looking for help, Tian Yi. If you are looking for mentor, Tian Yi. If you are looking for answers, Jie Shen. If you want to have more happy news, like the news of wedding dinner, news of you got a grandson or granddaughter, Tianxi, happiness. Then if you're looking for wedding days, for couples looking for wedding days, usually we try to look for either the San He, the Liu He, or the He Ru. Okay, so as to make sure it's a combi day. Once you combi, you uninvite all the unnecessary stuff. That's what they believe. So different deities are meant for different events and purposes. Okay, and in Shen Sha is actually an evolution of study that spans across a few hundred years. End of the day, there are more than a few hundred Shen Sha, deities and gadgets. There are more than a few hundred, and some of them use the name abundantly and in a way that confuses, because of the different layers of 100 years where it evolves and people use it differently. And some of them, they use a very scary name, like Wang Shen, like all these a lot. I don't scare you off. Okay, but clashes are unfavorable ones. Okay, Jie Sha, Zai Sha, all these Kong Wang, all these stars are very unfavorable. So every day will have some favorable and unfavorable. The key thing is the one event that you want to have on that day. Either the good stars are there to support, or there are bad stars, but the bad stars does not directly affect it. For example, if you're talking about wedding, it's more on couples, relationship, offsprings, health. So it has nothing to do much with wealth. So if you have a stars that says 劫财, who cares? Correct or not? But if you're doing, let's say, a business launch, and there's a 劫财, which means robbing your wealth, and you don't want the stars because that affects what the primary purpose of the day you're choosing it for, to start a business, to have revenues, to create success financially. So you don't want a rock well star down there to whack you out. Okay, so that's how it works. Every day got good and bad stars. You just make sure that the good ones are there to help, and the bad ones are there, but never mind. It doesn't correlate, and it's not in alignment that disturbs your objective. That is good enough. Okay. So usually you find all these deities and clashes during the toolbox. The favorable and favorable deities are all on top. Okay, you will see a lot of all this, a lot of 山河 Guan Re 宝光 Yue De all these all are a lot. Okay, so if you're familiar with Shen Sha, very good. If you're not familiar, just look for the one that you think you know what you're looking for. Can really. Okay, and then there's also a presence of daily deities, which some activities are favorable and not favorable. That's why I tell you down here in this portion what should do or what should not do. Okay, you see all the it means to do lah. Okay, and then certain things not to do means not to do lah. So you roughly have an idea what can be done, what cannot be done. Okay, because people may not know the Shen Sha, but they look at that roughly they have an idea. Okay, can shift weight or not, can cut hair or not, can go and publish thing or not, can go and fix the door or not. All these are all down there. Okay, in older days. Okay, so and in that part of that whole page, you will realize that you see it's I'm balloon it up for you. You see, it says what? Oh, this is a good day for whatever reason, but Ji cannot. For who? Wu Yin and Ping Yin. That means Wu Yin 1998 people born, Ping Yin 1986. These 2 years born are not good for that day. That day, okay, and despite it's an open day, but that day, Chu is not good for people who are born in these 2 years. Okay, and then if I just wrote down here another line here that says good hour is auspicious for all except mainly these two. Okay, if you have a stars that says, okay, let's say for example this day, it says golden chest, it says sky horse, so it's good for to making through connections you make money. Okay, but if you're born in 98 or 86, not favorable. But if you're not, then good hour is the best. Go and get somebody to collaborate and get some wealth opportunities out from there. That's how it works. Okay, so now you see that there are so many of these in a Tong Shu already. In the Tong Shu, there are so many. So, and down there in the middle is really about the hours. If you can't see, I just balloon it up for you. Okay, where it says this is the hour, and with this hour, Ji, Xiong, okay, or Zhong, okay. So 子丑寅卯辰巳午未申酉戌亥 are all the hours down here, and the hours duration are down here. All right. So that means which hour are good, which hour are not good is all written down there, so that you have a sense to choose. And based on that day, based on the Tong Shu that you have that is showing you. So now you have a holistic of stuff already, you know. You have what good stars and what not good stars, which day, 12 officers. You have also some of the information on Dong Gong. You also have what to do, what not to do, the hours, which are the good, which are the bad. So is it too overwhelming? If it's overwhelming, just start with yes. If it is chicken feed for you, just type a no. Is it overwhelming for you? Just type so that I can see what are the responses so far down here, so far. So is it overwhelming for you? Come. For beginners, it's really not easy, okay? Because there's so many things in that one single page, in the one column with so many freaking things. So if you think it is overwhelming, type a yes. If you think it's not overwhelming, it's good enough, you can digest roughly, you got the idea and you know how to use, just type a no. That means you can handle. Okay, KH Wong says overwhelming. So the rest all 搞定. No. Serene also say overwhelming. Boon Kok, no. Smart. Okay, who else is okay or not okay? Come on, let's use roughly a show. So anybody else? So majority Aggie is overwhelming. Oh, Joanne is seeing stars. Twinkle, twinkle. There are more stars behind. So Nancy slightly understand. Okay, so if you have a good command of Chinese, fundamentally good, and then you are also familiar with metaphysics somewhat, then this will be it's just a matter of time that you get used to it. But if you are not good in Chinese, or you're not familiar with some of the stars at all, then it'll be a bit tough. All right. So majority, yes, thankful. Okay, Katan, Katan has no issue. That's good. That's good. Bunka has no issue, and that's good. As for the rest, okay, and anybody who's seeing this video, if you're interested, I'll give you the Angmo Ban simplified version. Okay, which is scan the QR code, and then at the bottom, and then you'll be going to a web page. At the bottom right of that web page, then you just have to follow through. Click here, and you follow through here. End of the day, you'll be led, and then to a place where you just enter whatever you think you need to enter. Then from there, you end of the day, okay, free. You will have this Chinese calendar for free, okay, where we summarize for you all the complicated stuff already, okay. So what does this? This is a monthly free general calendar that we always put inside our web page, so that friends who wants to download it, they can just go there and download. Okay, open field is free. Okay, so just do it, don't waste. Okay, and then from there you and if you are beginner, if you find this a bit too putting off, if you are not good in Chinese, or if you want something simpler that you can put it in your phone and go. You can't be carrying this like a book and then go around, right? So if you want to put something inside a handphone, then this, go to that web page again and download, and you have this. Okay, so what does this say? It's a summary version and a little bit addition on what is not inside the TongShu. General. This is a general. It's not personalized. It means it's based on the day, based on the almanac. Then from there, what stars are there, what you can do. These are the dates. Okay, if I click up the Angmo date and the lunar date. And then from there, these are the stem and the branch for the day, month, and year. All right, because I need to put it inside still, because some people who have an idea of knowing what to look out for, these are still useful. And then this down here is actually I choose a few main ones where it's talk about start a business, getting married, renovation, getting returns in wealth or travel, start a new job or new project, and then after that seeking medical attention or feng shui activity. Then if you see a red, you can use. You see a pink, it's not as good as red, you still can use. If you see a gray, suggest not to do. If you see a white, that means there's no stars that says it's good or bad for that purpose. It's neutral. So roughly you have an idea on this, and then from there you can better plan if you choose to refer back to the ancient context of the 12-day officer. Okay, so this are all the key activities which you probably might need. Okay. What is more important to you, which I add in, is actually based on Qimen down here, where there are 4 key stars down there. Okay, one is about nobleman. When you talk about nobleman, it's really about we are looking for help. You are looking for a solution. You're looking for a mentor. You are looking to gain experience, and so that you know how to solve your problems. So noblemen are people or events that will put you one step up into solving your current challenges, issues, crises, or concern. Okay, so nobleman stars, and then health stars is very clearly it refers to your overall physical or mental well-being. So if you have been let's say you got an answer on your medical issues and you want a second opinion because you don't really trust the first one, and from there you might want to choose those days and those in that direction to seek your second opinion. But despite that, health being health, when it's urgent for medical attention, go for it first. Don't apply in the wrong way. In metaphysics, always the number one thing that comes in first is practicality. Okay, it's applying the practicality of an issue always comes first. Okay, then the metaphysics layer. Okay, don't go the other way around. Then wealth is very clear cut. Wealth pertains to anything that you're trying to achieve, to get, to have that thing, or in terms of wealth, financial opportunities, or in terms of money issues, or in terms of the actions you're taking that results in tangible outcomes. All this you can use well. Okay, well start. Okay, down here. And then from there, relationship are primarily relationship are for maybe with your spouse, with your loved one, with your kids, with your parents, anybody that's really one-to-one kind of relationship, maybe to your boss, that you want to be in a better books in his perspective. All this you can use relationship start. And all the directions down here pertains to the direction of which two possibility. Okay, it is either best, number one, best to be in that sector and back facing that direction. Second, if not, just go for the back facing direction, wherever you are, inside the house or outside at the street. Okay, then the third will be in the direction where you should be pursuing. Okay, that will be the third best that you can get. So when you, let's say when you see a nobleman down here and you see a south, so that basically means where the best is to be at the south sector and back facing south and do that activity, which is what? Nobleman. Okay, because generally south facing nobleman is stronger on that day. And second tier, you can't find the south sector, maybe it's in the toilet and it's not conducive. Who cares then? From there, you just be anywhere you are but back facing south and do that activity to engage nobleman. And the third will be at least be at the south area of anywhere you are and do whatever you need to do. Okay, so this the direction means that way. All right, so and down here is actually the good times where you should be tapping on. The red color means they are the auspicious hour in general for that day, and the pink one means the second best. Gray ones avoid, white ones are neutral. Okay, and this is the part where if you are born in that year, let's say if you are born in the year of the dog, then you see a dog here. You see a dog here, that means literally this whole day, the antenna is screwed for the dog born people, and then from there you for dog friends on that day don't apply. Okay, because either you don't get the results that you want probably, or your path will be more turbulent. Okay, so all these are for general. Okay, but general being said, you see TongShu has one issue. Okay, it's not TongShu is not for the layman and untrained. So and what you saw just now are also general perspective. It lacks the personalization layer. That means the fine tune to your birth chart component. It lacks that because TongShu is in general public. So what I'm saying is for a general common, but we all know that not all strokes fits for all folks. Okay, one size cannot fit all. In our society now, different people, different style, different scenario. We need to have a variety of differences so as to make things go around. So now, what are some personalization aspects that needs to be considered on top of that layer? Now I need to tell you that, okay? Because generalization means in general, but everybody can eat Panadol, but some people are allergic to Panadol. It's the same way, right? Most of the people are using right hand to write, but there are some people who uses left hand. How? Okay, so there's always some level of personalization that's needed to fine tune so that the general become personalized to you. Okay, so one of the things you need to take note about personalization is this one. If you're born in the year of the dragon, all the dog days you have to use it with care. I did not say you do not use it. I said use it with care. Okay, because there's a clashing effect, and clashing being said, it usually signals out a daybreak, okay, 破日, okay, 睡破, where things journey might be more turbulent, or antenna is screwed, or the signal received can be fuzzy. Okay, so always be concerned that the year that you're born in and the day that is a clashing day, always use it with more care. So far with me, you're all very smart. I can. Okay, so the second thing is really this year, let's say this year is a metal red year. Being a metal red year, we know that red is a grand duke. So if you want to use red days, 指日, red days in 2020, which is going to be until 2021, 3rd of February or so, around there. Okay, all the red days, you have to use it with care. I did not say don't use it. I say use it with care, because some of in some situation, if you don't use it with care, it might just invite more stress. All right. Okay, the other one, 2020, because of it being metal red, the tree killing Sansha, okay, is actually the snake, horse, and goat. Again, that means what, if you're using the snake, horse, and goat days in this red year, use it with care and pay extra attention so that you have better supporting stars. If you have better supporting stars, you're insulated, and then probably all your care and concern will be addressed and mitigated. Okay, all right. And if there are some special days to avoid, also certain special days, okay, which is not advisable to do certain things, okay, like the Yang Gong days, okay, the Roho days, the Poru, the decomposed days, okay, the Jeru, all this. So you all these days, these certain days are quite random. So if you have a separate calendar that marks out all these days, and this day you don't use it, okay, or else it's a bit of inviting issues. You can still use if you know how to mitigate. Okay. Now I want to say, because you know that time I actually posted in my Facebook the day where I actually do a house hunting for my friend. I got a huge sunburn, right? Okay, I got a huge sunburn. Okay. And then I don't even know I got a burn until at night when I reach home. And then my wife told me, hey, how come you got a ring down there? so that day is actually a certain specific day which I'm not supposed to do any reading. But because it's a house hunting and my friend is considering to buy, because if you miss the time to confirm, people might just bought it. So I must act fast for my friend. So I actually do it on the day where it is that this called certain specific days which should avoid important events. Okay. So, but I did do some of my mitigations. Okay, I did do some of my mitigations to reinforce. So and now I just probably got a burn with that day being a cloudy day, not a sunny day, Okay, and then from there, I also a bit of like hurt my leg. Okay, but then these are all small things because I mitigated it. Okay, so if no mitigations are done, no cushionings are done, you will then you'll be worse off doing special things on those days like feng shui activities. Okay, so certain days need to be avoided. And then also, if you are born the year of a dragon, then the monkey, the rat, the dragon will be the harmonizing day for you. Okay, and then it depends. Okay, you can just look at here. So you must know the harmonizing days so as to, these are some of the mitigating factors where you can consider along the way. So all in a nutshell, these are all the personalization level which to some of the new birds are, what? Okay, it's very confusing. Not to add in one more. I add in one more to you. Okay, every day it has its vibration. You need to be compared to your 八字 chart. You need to be compared to your 八字 chart so as to know its level of affinity. Its level of affinity is as good as saying what, because every person got a certain vibration which are up and down, and you need to compare by stem and branch and the vibration. So let's say a person's 八字, let's say Elsa's 八字, okay? So this is the 八字 chart that we generate as for the luck trend. And then in every 八字, we have this luck trend. And in this luck trend, I balloon it up for you. You will be able to see when is it going to be up and down. So this is a luck trend I'm referring to, where when is it low, and low for whatever stuff and whatever reason. You see the red are the good ones, then the gray are the bad ones. That obviously I know that given this low, I got more red. Given this low, I got more gray. Okay, and this low is even worse off. Okay, and just like Viking, this is the most scary part when I'm going down. Okay, this is the part where you probably reconcile. This is the part where you don't know what the hell is happening. Okay, so in this Viking, this is the most scary part when you go down. So in this cold luck trend based on your 八字, this is the part that's most scary. Probably this is a part that's most scary. This is a part. There are 4 periods, of course, in the whole 1 year. But if you look at comparatively, this is the part where you should be more aware of. So if you know this, you will be able to better prepare ahead of what to do. Okay, I have friends who come and tell me issues with boss, they got retrenched, kind of stuff during the low period. So that's why we have this luck trend for our friends so that they can be better prepared. And this luck trend is actually used to compare back with the whole date of that day to compare and see. So all this ends up into this thing called the personalization. Because if you don't match all these considerations are into the personalization level, then when you try to do an activation or try to do something on that good day, you see, every time people are trying to do something on a good day, it's for what purpose? It's for spiritual purpose. Activate the feng shui. You active or you want to tap onto a feng shui purpose. You want to activate for a specific objective, or you want to tap the chi to grab more opportunities or spiritual clearance. Okay, typically it's like that. So it's again the whole logic of the building blocks. And if that day is not aligned, then if that day is aligned, then you are able to tap. Okay. However, if that day is not aligned, okay, then it's just like a gap in between. So whatever that's down here, you won't reach 100% to here. You won't reach 100% to here. You'll just probably be 20%, 30%. Okay, because the gap is there. Okay, and when it's not aligned, it's hard to. It's just like radio. When you tune to the frequency, tune to 93.3. You will never be able to hear glass 98.7. You'll be able to hear 93.3 because the carrier frequency is aligned to 93.3. That's why you hear 93.3 radio station. Same thing. If that good day is good, but it's not aligned to your birth chart, then whatever you receive is probably a portion of it. That is the reason why most of y'all, if you choose a good day and you do not to do the personalization part, you will find something is missing. If you know, very good, then everything applies. Okay, like this. But if you don't know and you just simply ignore, then there's a huge chance you miss that part. It's just like opening a door, okay, a safe box. If it's not aligned, you can never get anything out. Okay, it is really the law of alignment, which is very important in date selection. Okay, it's just like this is the gap, and then if my next layer, this is a gap, my light can shine through. But if this is a gap, and then my next layer, this is the gap here. So the two holes are not aligned. If the two holes are not aligned, when I shine a light through, I will not be able to see a light being shined through because of the misalignment, and you miss out a bit. Okay, assuming the light is super bright, you probably get some level of lumens over, but you will miss the big flush. Okay, so this is how the whole logic. Oh, I want to share with you about this case.
Hi everybody, my name is Ming Chan. My company is in the precision engineering industry. We machine precision mechanical parts for the industry, for the essential services industry. Early March this year, my customer had called for a tender. Because of the eagerness to clinch this tender during this COVID period, I called Marcus for his advice on the auspicious date selection to submit the tender. I must say a very big thank you to Marcus. Thank you, bro, for your help. Why is this so? Because of his selflessness, Marcus has even advised me on the fire activation for my office during the tender period, even though I did not engage for his service. I did what I was advised by Marcus on the fire activation, and I managed to clinch the tender 3 months later, which is early June this year. Thank you, bro, for your real help. Once again, I would like to say a heartfelt thank you to both Marcus and Sally for their selfless sharing on the free seminar training on the Path 101, auspicious date, and handphone selection during this COVID period. If you do encounter any issue, do engage Marcus and Sally from Metaphysics for their help. Thank you.
BC that time asked about a tender which is very important for his company. So I actually do a date selection and a fire activation and ask him to do it accordingly. So I'm happy to hear this good news that he got the tender, which gets him his company into a more a stable mode, okay, for the rest of the COVID period this year, because a lot of companies are really affected, okay, and getting a tender, a huge tender, is definitely not easy. Companies are not spending nowadays, okay. So I actually use a fire activation plus a date selection. It's just back to this drawing board where it's a chi typing and activation, but aligned to his chart so that it's a good day and it's all flush in. This is how it works, okay? So always have this mentality that when applying a general common purpose, generally good day is good. But if you can personalize it, even better. And if you have a clear objective, even better, to make it customized approach to activate. Okay. So it is all about different phases within an issue when you're talking about date selection. If let's say the person, if it's at the early phase of an issue, date selection are usually very helpful. Okay. If you're in the phase where the issue has already manifested, then it can still apply. But if you're at a time where at the phase where it's at the late stage of an issue, let's say at let's say touch wood, a person is at a stage 4 of cancer and you try to use date selection, that's a bit too late. Okay, this is more of a desperate means kind of measure to see how we can help. Okay, but that's way too late already. So date selection application applies a lot on the phase where is it being applied. The earlier the better, because you have a better chance of getting it right from the head start point. Okay, so the question now comes in whether you want to do it the easier option or the harder option, doing it on with a flow or doing against the flow. Because if you do it on a good day where it's customized to you, you're doing it with a flow. Okay, a lot of my friends ask whether is it useful or not. To me, yes, but to you, you have your life, you have your belief system, so it's for you to prove to yourself. Okay, I'm just here to share so that at least you have a chance to know and decide for yourself. Fair, right? So if you leave it, you will know it. So anybody who are interested in the annual luck trend, do PM us. Okay, this is annual 12-month rolling. Okay, so 12-month rolling, that means if you're interested, you want to have it now, then it will be this month until next year this month, 12-month rolling on the luck trend, so that and what stars are there, so that you better prepare. And my next topic will be covering the personalized calendar. Okay, personalized calendar, where I'm going to share with you how to use the stars. Okay, at least now you are educated on the Tong Shu part. And then from there, you have an option of getting a simple way out to the PDF, which is free. So now if you're interested to know more about our personalized calendar, then join me in my next round. And if you're already educated or know how it's being used, and if you want, because I actually upgraded my calendar, okay, anyway. So if you are interested to have the calendar, PM us. Okay, I'll give you 30% off the price that which I'm going to offer next week. Okay, straight away. Okay, if you confirm by 23rd August 2020 by 9 p.m. to have a calendar and you have not got it one before, the price will be 30% off from the price which I'm going to give next week. And if you already have the calendar and you want the new contents, but you trust that I'm going to give you something good, then how? So what I'm going to do is for those friends who already have our calendars, let's say you have a calendar from, let's say from March this year to March next year, and you want this calendar with upgrade information. What I'm going to give you is this. I'm going to give you a calendar that is from today until 12 months, and whichever excess day that's coming, let's say now until March is 5 months, I'll give you the extra 5 months back to you, so that you do not lose out in the days that you have when you get a new calendar. Okay, so that you are even better off, because there'll be new informations. Okay, there'll be information like family star, there'll be information like the sectors which are good for the day, which the old version doesn't have. Okay, so if you're interested, 30% off if you confirm by 23rd. Anything after that, it'll be back to normal price. Okay, so if you're interested to be part of our community, okay, and then from that, our number has changed. Our number is 84849884. So please use this and change this in your contact list so that you'll be able to receive our all the good dates and all the informations and stuff that we are going to send usually every week. Okay, and this is our Facebook. Please give me some like. Okay, I love more of your love and hearts, okay? Please send me more likes and love, okay? And then from there, since today is about date selection, okay? This is the next day where you should be doing something, okay? And this, if you can't see, okay, let me put this up bigger. How to put it bigger? I don't know how to, okay, no. So what you are going to be seeing, I think I know. Okay, good. Okay, on the 25th of August, best timing is between 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. For those friends who are born in the year of the horse, it's a clash. So for those friends who are born in the year of the horse, yeah, it's not for you. But as for the rest of the 11 zodiacs, you can use this. This day is good day for relationship. Okay, for relationship. What do I mean by relationship? So it works in this way. I'll build it up for you. If you are, it's a good day where you want to engage with your team on a project or a particular purpose. The best way out is to be at the southwest area of the office or the home, okay, and then from there sit down there, back face southwest. If the area is not conducive, never mind. At least find any area that's conducive, but you sit down and engage with the team while you sit down or stand up presenting, your back face southwest. Okay, and what you should be doing, you should be using this method to activate. Okay, teamworks are fundamental for your success. Okay, so one of the key components is really you have to reflect back the kind of relationship you have with your teammates. Okay, those stakeholders that have a direct impact to what you're trying to achieve. That day is a good day for not major big projects, but small size or moderate size one. And the first thing you need to do is to change the way you're dealing with them into a way that's way more effective. The change the way is important, okay? So as if people find it refreshing, and it's a chance for them to accept you in a new way of engaging. And then you have to really also try to make them feel good, look good while engaging them, and show them that if they are involved in your project or your cause, what are the tangible advantage that they might have, okay? And then once you're able to do that, then that day, you engaging your team for your project or your purpose is a very good timing. Okay, it has very strong vibes, especially during the time which is given. Okay, 9 to what time? 9 to 11 a.m. What? Okay, it's written 9 to 11. Okay, so do this especially for those. Oh, sorry. Okay, it's a typo. It's 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Okay, my fault. Okay, should be actual time 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. I'll make the changes. So do that during this. So it's good for you to do that during let's say a lunch over meeting kind of stuff, all right? Or yeah, maybe you can treat them lunch while engaging them and buy them over, okay, in a good way. People with a red earth rat, okay, or a wood ox will be even better. Okay, so this is how we do activations. Okay, this is generic but a little bit of personalization. Do you realize one thing? If you do not realize, let me bring to you. Do you see down here that there is 十二剑图 down here? There's also a Donggong down here. There's 28 stars down here. Okay, so I'm also using classical date selection with Qimen together for this auspicious date. Okay, and this is one of the way to use. So certain generalization plus personalization. So if you want to write on this date, 25th of August, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as long as you are not born in the year of the horse, you can use this. Okay? So I hope that you gain a lot from today. So what's the one thing that you actually gain from today? Just tell me what's the one thing that you actually learn from today that benefit to you most. Just type in the one statement. Okay, so that I know. And then from there, I can better prepare my next week's one for you. the personalized calendar. Okay, so tell me what's the one thing that you actually gain from today that you find the most beneficial to you. That one statement will do, so that I be able to know. And if you're interested again on the luck trend or the auspicious calendar, PM us, then we will engage with you. Okay. So what's the one thing? So Nancy, day and year is same stem and branch. Yes. In the year, the month, the day, there's a stem and there's a branch. Correct. Okay. So what about the rest? Anybody got any takeaway from today? Okay. At least you got refresh, revise, or you learn something. Okay. Victor learned about the 12 days officer. Aha. Yes, 12 days officers is one of the easiest way where it doesn't goes it doesn't recycles 12 every day until the whole year. There's a certain logic where it adjusts every month. Okay, there's a certain logic where the 12 day officer actually resets it every month. Okay, so it doesn't go perpetually recycling like that. Okay, what about Aggie? User friendly Marcus Tong Shu. Oh, okay, thank you, Aggie. Wow, you change your picture. What happened to you? You work out a lot and become more and more pretty. Oh, yes. Aggie, I remember you said something. Okay, this one. I take annual leaves on those gray minus point days to go yoga meditation. Okay. In the personalized calendar, you will see points. Okay. And those which are red or pink are better days for you. Okay, those days which are red or pink are better days for you. Okay. Okay. If you choose a gray days to get out of office so that you commit lesser mistakes. Okay. If you think in that sense, yes. Okay. Okay. All right. So what else does any other people? Katan, Shensha, Katan, 12 days officers. Okay. And Hui Hun, is Shensha more important than 12 days officer? Okay. It's a good question. Shensha, as I said before, there are literally few hundreds of Shensha. Some having same names, some having different names. Some Shensha based on the year of birth, some Shensha based on the day of birth. Okay, because of the evolution of the 八字. Okay, because of the evolution of the 八字, 子平 八字 came way later, and 子平 八字 came way later. He uses the day master, and that's why a lot of Shensha topics, plots, tabulation are based on the day. But before that, it's usually based on the year. So there's a two schools of thought somewhat overlapping. And after hundreds, thousand years, it becomes what we are saying now. So there's a certain layer of confusion. But anyway, the answer to you, Shen Sha and 12 days officers, I will only look at certain Shen Sha which I usually pay more attention to. That is number one. And number two, those Shen Sha which I pay attention to and the objective, if they are matching, then I will pay extra attention. If the Shen Sha which I pay attention to doesn't align to that objective and it doesn't affect in the same frequency, I will probably also give it a miss to make things simple. As for the 12 days officer, usually when for my personal, okay, when I'm dealing with external activities, dealing with a lot of people outside, then I'll probably pay a bit more attention on the 12 days officers. Okay, if I'm doing more of internal, personalized, personal, let's say, decluttering of mental, personal spiritual practice, personal spiritual realization, mental capacity, have a turbo boost, then I would pay lesser attention to the 12 days officer. Okay, this is what I usually do. Okay. Different people people might say different things. Okay, but at least because from my experience, I realize this works best to keep it simplified for me. Okay. All right. Any other questions? Any other questions from the rest? This is the best time to ask. Okay. Like any other questions which I might have missed? If I miss your question, just post it again. Okay. So end of the day is very common. Yes, as Cartan has said, different system. End of the day, it is you should get a system that plainly, simply put it, you like it, easy for you, it works. Then it's okay already. So don't get engaged into. I also personally don't like to get involvement into exchanges, arguments, arguments, or this is the right way or that's the wrong way. No, no. Because end of the day, we are different human beings. So whatever that fits to our belief system, and yet it is simple, so that it can be effective in the best way, and also it got result, then it works. Then that system is a good system to that person. So what I've just said is a system which I have, based on my application, it works for me a lot. That's why I'm sharing. So you might want to decipher and work it out so you see which system works best for you. Okay. Peggy, haircut also need to choose day or not? In olden days, they believe, okay, you see, olden days, they put the super long hair. Okay, so for them, it's not a usual thing for them to get a haircut. Okay, it's not a usual thing for them to get a haircut. And in some belief system, there's a saying that cutting hair is actually the cutting off of the unwanted negativities. Okay, in some system, some cultures, so they would like to do it on a good day, so that this cutting off will not come and bother them again, because it's something negative that you want to cut off. So on that context, that's why there's a certain religion, astrology, or certain cultures, there's this day where they choose a day to cut hair, okay, or shave hair, okay, or trim hair. But I think that's for certain cultures. We are brought up in a culture where we do not have that belief system. So personally, for me, I don't look at it. So if you want, I wouldn't object you also. Okay. So if you think you have some negativity or habits that you want to cut off, then you choose a good day to cut long. Okay. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. External, does it include one-to-one relationship? Okay. I have seen it before. Okay. If it's a one-to-one and it's between the two of you, then I don't care about the 12 days officer. But if the intent is to announce your relationship, or a wedding banquet, then it involves external party, and they be known, and they be giving you the blessing. External party, then in that context, the one-to-one is not really the between your two, is with many people outside. Then you need to choose a good external. Then you consider external vibrations. Okay, right. Cut nails too. Okay, my wife said cut nails also. Okay, I'm assistant to my wife. Okay. Yes, TongShu does have. Okay, so any other questions? I think there's no other questions really, right? So good. All right. So today is primarily to cover about demystifying TongShu. And then from there, at least you know that the only important part is the last part, where it's only around the 7% of the whole thing, Okay. And at least you know also what TongShu during the date selection, what to look out for. And also in the TongShu, it covers in generic based on the day, what are the good, the bad, the preferred, and what to look out for. It does not cover the personalized level. So the personalized level, it can either be done in two ways. Either you know it, you are trained, you do it yourself at the personalized level to match it up to whatever intent and events that you're looking for or to do. Second is our personalized calendar, which I'll be covering next week, and simplified it for you so much that it's a no-brainer. It just, as long as your phone or your iPad or your tablet or computer is not dead, there's a screen, you open up, there's a date you can see, and you easily decipher for yourself, okay? Because some of you all who have used the calendar, who have known this convenience, use it, okay? Even until now, I've been using it, okay, for all my date selections, okay? So, okay, so since there are no questions, thank you for joining, and thanks to my wife for supporting beside me, and thanks also for you to sit through this and listen to this. At least now you yourself understood there's nothing mumbo jumbo about TongShu. Okay, of course it's an ancient. Treat all books with respect. That's all. Okay, fundamental respect. But at least you get to know what TongShu is about. And if you're interested to know more about this session, join me next week. So thank you guys. And this is Marcus from S Metaphysics. I'll see you soon. Take care. Stay safe. Bye-bye.